bless you. Just
Ekteli hazavaymi. Eredishendo hofroven femi selbi. Iran hana la hazai. Ala talu hukun bien fehere delitaciones. Dura safen vie finishde su selbo honaruna style. Ore nel viste so can be kenusai. Mirina, when you promise you are a performer, you don't forget your own. Bisha hajane ken vienteliste zura hadaba. Inan elohete men ven biken bil manaruna de ket ven misel beruna talpa arasal felu aruna tilien tek de figamenes. Yenu del bien ideo saruna dival bin medel de sieneruna naka ganaka enlewes menefi mendo shajano de serve unurutar aratal femiki jalaso enelwere. La 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 la. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. You are not a man, you know the lie, you know the disappointment. You are not a man, you never fail. La 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 la, la 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 la. You are not a man, you never lie. Yeah. Fail. You never sleep, you never die, you never disappoint. Emeruda salve, binandiente el berediva, I caso noro del mi, I shijanoro no co salvare, el mirene vedisa la nono poco mi dalbi. You're my keeper, you are sustainer, you're my health, you're my wealth, be the serviebo. Ah, Belu Kirteris, Ancient Edulal Ancient of Days, Etienne Ora Dafa, Alamintel Feledo Sami, Bana, oh, Bana, Bana, oh, Bana, Bana, oh, Bana, eh. Your name is Bana, your name is Bana, Keeper, oh. Your name is Keeper. Your name is Keeper. Helper, oh, helper. Helper, oh, helper. Helper, oh, helper. Your name is Helper. Your name is Helper. Eldroy, Charlie, Shama. Ediatites, Manomo, Ora Novame, Emitila Ono, Senete de Vinarani, Naranani, Teloe, Ezenishenentomi. Yenmiente virate sahurum. Oh God, my help in ages past, my hope for years to come. Bana, Bana, Rock of ages, clear for me. I am hidden myself in you. In your teseve menanelo tesirana nifal arnado docere eseve emedigia olo bana 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 your name is Bana, your name is Bana, Hila Hila. Keeper, oh keeper, provider, defense. Your name is Bana, your name is Bana.
All right. Day, everyone. Trust we are doing well. Welcome to day 4 of You Can Just Do Things. And without wasting too much time, I'd love to know which platform you're joining from, your name and which platform you're joining from, so I can recognize you and say hi. Um, one of the reason for that is because I'm streaming on 7 platforms, so I'm not able to check each one, one after the other. But when you send a comment, at least I think for about 5 out of the 7, I can see the comments. So just let me know where you're joining from, which platform, and who you are, just your name and the platform you're joining from. We have 3 minutes for that. Okay, so Israel, I've been seeing you on, at least I know you've joined at least 2 so far, 2 if not 3 out of these 4 days. How has the experience been for you? What have you learned? What have you seen differently? And for anyone else who has been in this conversation, how has it been for you? Just me, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. We have 2 minutes for this. Oh, so I'm still waiting for responses. Where your name and which platform you're joining us from. Okay, so I can see Mercy from Instagram. I can see Bulwatife Nishola from Instagram. He said first time. He said first timer. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Okay, Omolola from Facebook. He says she joined today's session via Facebook. Awesome, awesome. And this, the way you wrote this, you joined today from Facebook. It feels like you've been joining other sessions too. How has it been for you, really? How's the sessions been? If this is not your first time, can't you let me know? Give me feedback. Waiting for our feedback. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. I guess You joined. Okay. All right. I think Israel from YouTube said he joined day one. I think it means day one. No, I think it's been 4 days now. So I think it's day two you actually joined. You missed day three and you are here day four. He said the first session, which was day two, had an impact in your paradigm. Amazing. That's beautiful. Now, without further ado, let's get started today. I hope our conversation can be short, but even if it's not short, I will cut it short at about an hour. So, yep, there is that. Oh, okay. Omola said this is the first time, although she has been reading the feedback of this session from other people. Amazing. Thank you for joining in. Um, so first day was like testing, but then we spoke on becoming globally relevant from where you are. The second day was simple boy, big dream. The third day, which was yesterday, was dominion. And fourth day, which is today, is becoming the person your future needs. Becoming the person your future needs. There's a saying that, and this saying was by the one of the wisest kings that has ever lived. He was talking about how the people that are successful is not by skills, it's not by the fastest, it's not by the strongest, it's not by the wisest, but that time and chance happens to them all. What he was basically saying was that for a person to be successful, time and chance will happen to them. The people who eventually find themselves successful are those who are prepared for when time and chance happens to them. About, was it 2 or 3 months ago now, I was in Lagos, Nigeria for the Majestic Manifesto Conference, the one hosted by Imas Coaching and the phenomenal Debola Deji Kurumi, popularly known as DDK. Now, I was invited as a panelist. Some other names that were present or actually present include the Uncle KM, the LinkedIn Queen Aoma, and several other names like that. Let me not mention very notable and excellent people. I was to share the stage with them as a panelist. Now, there was something that happened that day that not many people know. That day on the stage, the question I picked was not part of the questions they had sent to me to prepare for. So it was on that stage that everything I said came to me. Let's put it that way. For someone, you can say, oh, he's lucky that he's eloquent and all that. Or you can see that it's my past preparation for that moment that came forth. It's how far I had prepared myself before that moment in time, before that time happened, before that chance came. that actually made me deliver in that moment. So becoming the person your future needs is showing you that there is no future apart from the one your actions today are already creating. The seeds of actions that you are sowing today are what will compound into your future. It is who you are today compounded over time that represents who you will be in the future. And so if there is a pattern that you believe your future will take, it is from today that you start preparing for that future. Today's conversation is to show us that there is a need for preparation before possession. Like the famous quote goes, it says, those who fail to prepare are preparing to fail. If there is one thing that you are going to hear from this session, if you hear nothing else, is live prepared for your kind of future. Live like you're already in that future you estimate. Work hard towards it. Many of us want to be millionaires, want to be billionaires, and there's nothing wrong with those aspirations. However, making the millions and the billions is the easy part. Becoming the person who can make the millions and billions is actually the hard part, is the one that takes time. Because when you become the person your future needs, when you come into a place whereby you have built yourself into a kind of person that has wisdom, that has the understanding to replicate results, will be cheap. So the real work is becoming. The real work is preparation. I know there's a law of attraction, and while it is partly true, you don't attract, how would I put it? You don't attract the promise you want. You attract the version of you that can carry the promise. So the emphasis is not on the promise or the material substances that will come to you as a result of your becoming. That's not the focus. Your focus is on who you are and who you will be to have those results. Becoming the person your future needs. I know many of us, we have big dreams, we have big visions that we want to actualize. And if I can ask you an honest question, if you will be honest like me, you would realize that this current version of you cannot carry the promises of that future. Pardon the noise in my background, please. You would realize that this current person you are cannot carry the promises of your future. This current capacity that you have as a person cannot carry what your future needs. And so it's only wisdom that you don't prepare for the now, but that you prepare for the future. That you transform yourself into what your future demands. You don't attract the promise you want, you attract the version of you that can carry it. For many people, you see success as a destination, but I have come to present a quick, different perspective. The success is not is not what you get when you arrive. Success really is what you become while you are in the journey. So the majority of the success journey is the journey itself, not the destination. Because it's in the journey that you become, it's in the journey that you are transformed. The journey is the success. So success is what you become while waiting, not necessarily what you get when it arrives. Another thought I have on this matter is that you don't get paid for showing up. You get paid for showing up as the person who has done the inner work. I understand we live in an age whereby everything is, in a sense, glamorous. So if you are not showing up in a certain way, people feel like, oh, this person cannot have substance. But imagine someone who doesn't have substance but has that flashy outlook, and then they come and you expect them to deliver, and they deliver rubbish. You know you will never forgive that person. I have a friend who ordered a book from a very I don't want to use notorious, so let me use famous or popular or well-known man here in Nigeria. She ordered a couple of his books, and when she read through, she was like, where is the hype? Because the materials were too shallow for her, for the kind of perception he has. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if the inner work is not there, if the depth is not there, and you show yourself before people, human beings are unforgiving. Please have depth. Please live prepared. Time and chance happens to us all, but it is what you have prepared that time and chance will meet. It's not just those who show up. Yes, showing up is important, but it's not just those who show up that get the reward. It's those who show up but have done inner work, have done background work. If your character is undeveloped or underdeveloped, your result will be a burden. Sorry, please give me a moment. All right, I'm back. If your character is underdeveloped or is underdeveloped, your result will be a burden. build character, build depth, live prepared. One thing I found out about God is that, especially those who believe in growth according to God's patterns, is that God grows men, He grooms men. God grows men before He grows movement. If your character is underdeveloped, even if you have results, they will become a burden. So, like Israel noted, live prepared, have depth, have substance. You can't microwave maturity. A man must grow before manifestation can stay. And let me add that you also stop obsessing over outcomes and focus more on your input. Focus more on your input. Stop obsessing over outcomes. Start obsessing over becoming. This is very key. And like I said, these sessions I've been having for the past 4 days now is preparation for something. Whatever that is, we'll find out. But it's preparation for something. Now, I'm currently in a season whereby I'm actually testing things out. And I'm like, I can just do things. I can just do things. And one of the things I'm doing now is I'm not obsessing over outcomes. Now, normally, as a person, when you see low views on what you're doing, it will discourage you because you're like, needs it, let me give up. But now, while it is helpful to the people it is helpful to, it is not my focus necessarily. And an example of that is that on Twitter, which is X, I started tweeting more, writing out more of my thoughts, contributing more. And I think yesterday, no, 3 days or 4 days ago, I was on, let's say, about 1,400 followers. But as of today, I think I'm on like 2,400 followers. That's like a 1,000 plus increase. But I am not obsessing on the followers, and I'm obsessing on my input. I'm obsessing on the number of tweets I make, on the number of contributions I make. I'm trying to make sure that the point I'm teaching people is true for me. Because if I come out here and tell you that, oh, stop obsessing over outcome and start focusing on just input, someone will feel like, oh, he doesn't want me successful. So, okay, no problem. I will use my life as an experiment and show you and build in public that the results are important. But if you only focus on the results, you might most likely end up frustrated. Focus much more on the input. Stop obsessing so much on outcomes. Outcomes will happen if input is correct. Garbage in, garbage out. So stop obsessing over outcomes. If you need a new obsession, obsess over input, obsess over becoming. There's a person I will become that offering me anything less than $1 million would be your conscience will prick you because of how valuable I am. But if I start obsessing on over $1 million, that's not it. I should obsess on becoming someone that giving $1 million to is easy. And that's one of the journeys I'm on. In this single life I am, my journey has different parts. And one of them is this. I become that person that giving him $1 million is normal, or even at some point substandard. So becoming the person your future needs is about realizing that whatever you had today is not all that there is about you. It's about you realizing that for every person that you admire that has results that you want to replicate, you want to replicate, there is a deluge of secret work, of hidden work, inner work that makes them sufficient to stand in that moment. That when time and chance happens to them, they are able to deliver. It's not it's not by luck. It's not a luck thing. What goes into a life or what goes into a mind is what will come out of a life. If the wrong things are coming in, then you cannot expect results different from what has come into. I think it was last year or 2 years ago now? I think it's 2023. Yeah, it was 2023. I was on IT industrial training. Those who are Nigerians understand better. I was on IT and I was at a friend's place, which also served as his company. And we were, yes, we were working, but work wasn't that intense. We were chilling. We were chilling and all. And then I could have used that period of time to just, have fun and, be chill and all that. But I decided to use that period or a part of that period. The period was like 3 months, 4 months thereabouts. I used about 1 month or 30 days plus within that period to start watching videos of one of the people that is, in fact, is now his past, is dead. His past looks like some part of my future. He's dead now, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. I started watching his videos on kingdom, on leadership, on purpose, on finances, etc. And I did this for about 5 hours every day for a month. It was over a month, but let's just use a month as the baseline. And I remember after certain days, I would be thinking, I'm checking, and I'm like, guy, there's nothing that is entering my brain. Like, I just finished a session of this, and I can't remember anything in what I just watched or what I just listened to. So it felt like I was wasting my time. Ah, there are days I was close to tears. Now, this was around March 2023. Only for me to have an hangout with my community later that same year. I think this was December, either September or December that same year, a few months later. And they put me on the spot and I just started gisting with them, as I would call it. And I started saying some things that even I was shocked. Now it was gist, it was in the moment conversation. There was no exact preparation for that moment. But the profound things I was saying, which they testified to, it was that deep. It was then I realized that the effort I had put into myself some months ago that looked like it was not yielding, had dug a well. It was only waiting for a channel to come out of. And that's why they say that if you want to learn something better, teach it. It was in that moment that saying became real to me. Then I realized that, okay, because I was obsessing over outcomes, I was getting frustrated. The input was actually working. I was digging my wells by the input I was having. Uh, every great man that you see has something called a secret place. Every great man has a place called the secret place. And for different people, it is different things. But one commonality to the secret place for everyone is where men are made when no one is watching. That is the most crucial part of the becoming of any man. Every great man or woman, when I say man in this context, I'm talking both genders. I only recognize two genders. I'm talking man or woman, male or female. Every great man or every great person has a secret place. There is a place where deep work is done, where foundational work is done, where so much work is done, yet no one is celebrating it. Yet that is the foundation for the kind of person you will see in public. It is what is done in secret, in private, that will be rewarded publicly. So, identity, integrity, inner work, the secret place is necessary to become the person your future needs. You don't become great when results come. And this is, I'm stumped that this has become a controversial take. But you don't become great when results are now showing. You become great when your character actually matures. For you to qualify to be the person that receives the promise the or the vision or the dream that you have, You must. You must not run from the process. The version of you that receives the promise must not be, it cannot even be the version of you that keeps running from process. It cannot be. And so, for the sake of this conversation, build your secret place, build your altar for those who understand the religious terms before you pursue platform. Because what platform comes to do is give voice. But if you do not have depth, if you do not have substance, if you don't have solidness within you, there is nothing you want to project on the platform. The platform is just to showcase what you have done in secret. And the beautiful thing is, if secret work is done well enough, the response is public applause. Grow yourself in secret before the platform comes. Your external vision is very beautiful, very amazing, but your internal structure should be strong enough to carry it. Your internal structure must be strong enough to carry that thing you call a vision. There's a person you become that is strong enough to carry what you are seeing. It's not this version of you. Like the Apostle Joshua Selman would say, the things you are looking for are looking for you, but not this version of you. So stop faking it, build it. Real success starts when no one is clapping. That's how you get dominion. That's how you gain mastery. That's how you become the person your future needs. By becoming that person that can do as if the whole world is watching when no one is watching. Become the kind of person who doesn't need motivation to do what's necessary. Be that person that can keep moving even when there is no applause, even when there is no recognition. Because one of the greatest signs of leaders is that you are willing to work alone. I'm not belittling people, I'm not belittling men supporting you. I'm saying that a leader is willing to work alone. And funny enough, by virtue of them being willing to work alone, people follow them. Because we celebrate uniqueness, we celebrate differences. When you see a man who is doing something not common and is consistent about it, naturally we are attracted to such a person. So you must be that person who is willing to do things without motivation, without applause, without clapping, who is willing to work alone. And crazy enough, there is no one that is willing to work alone that actually works alone. I've come to a place in my life where I'm actually looking for a way for everyone to leave me alone. But coincidentally, it's in this season that it seems as if more people are seeking me out. More people are looking for me. I don't make the rules. Let me tell you a secret. And I call it a secret because while it is a popular saying, this was one of the words that came to me in my own secret place. And it's just three words: scarcity breeds value. Hmm. Scarcity breeds value. Now, the world we live in, the rarer you are or the more scarce you are, the more people value you. Now, it doesn't say anything about your intrinsic value. It says everything about the perception of your value. What makes some materials or some substances on the earth valuable is because they are rare. And so scarcity breeds value. Yes, because people will begin to perceive you to be more valuable when you are scarce. Very true. But many people who hear that decide to become scarce and make themselves, they make themselves scarce and they only show up, a few times. The problem now is that in their time of being scarce, they are just spending it being scarce. They are not spending it actually working on themselves. They are not spending it actually learning, studying, preparing, becoming the person their future needs. So they just spend it away. So they are scarce. But by the time they come back, people hear them talk or people see them work and they are like, go back, go away. Don't worry, you can go back. Your scarcity is better than your presence. But the person who used the scarcity is scarcity period, and that has several meanings for several of us. The person who uses scarcity period to build himself up when he is seen will be more valued. There's a person that the future you seek easily comes to. The real work is becoming that person. There are people now, there's some of us that there's some of us that we feel like, oh, people are not willing to volunteer because yes, you do not have the monetary resources to reward them yet. So you don't feel like people are not willing to volunteer to work with you or to serve you or serve with you. But I'm telling you that the problem is not people. The problem is you. There are people on earth that those same people that you claim don't want to volunteer with you will willingly give their time, their money, or even borrow for value and perceived value. So you shouldn't be so concerned about people. You should be concerned about becoming unstoppable, becoming irresistible. Because when you are the right kind of person, you will attract the right kind of people. It is this becoming that is the real work. In conclusion, your character is your container. Build it before the breakthrough comes. Because I'm a firm believer that every man has at least one opportunity in his life where time and chance align. But if the man is not prepared for that moment, he will squander it, and that will be all. It's a conclusion now. Now, yes, we've already been talking for about 40 minutes. If you claim to want success, if you claim to want greatness, then it will show from today by the steps you are taking. Life is garbage in, garbage out. Life is garbage in, garbage out. What you put into your life through your mind will come out in your life, compounded, but it is what will come out. It doesn't matter how miraculous. Hmm, okay. It doesn't matter the kind of miracle that happens. If I have tree, a tree branch in my hand, hmm, and it is dead, but a miracle happens, and that branch starts budding in my hand. Note, it's a miracle. It doesn't matter how deep that miracle is. A mango tree. Let's use that for example. It doesn't matter what kind of miracle happens. What will grow out of that branch is going to be the mango. The leaves that will bud out of that branch I'm holding are mango leaves. So a miracle happen does not mean that what will come out of that branch is going to be apple leaves or apple fruit. It is what is in you that time and chance will come to reveal. It is what is in you that miracle, grace, favor, blessings will amplify. And a million multiplied by zero is still zero. Hmm. There is a person your future needs, and becoming that person starts today, starts now. Becoming the person your future needs starts today. It starts from the little steps that you are taking today. One thing I've found out about the law of greatness is that it demands that you start small. Crazy. It demands that you start small. However, small is different for it is small is a relative term. A small elephant is not the same thing as a small rat. But it demands that whoever wants to be great must start small. So, what are the seeds you are sowing today? What are the steps, the actions you are taking today? I saw a quote recently in form of a question. Is it a question? No, it's not just a question. But I saw the quote or post recently that if someone heard you speak about what your future looks like and they now follow you every day for a week, would they actually believe that you are serious about If someone followed you around every day for a week, would they really believe that you are serious about your dreams, about your goals, about your aspirations? Would they? Or is only vibes and inshallah with you? With that, I've come to the end of my gist on becoming a person your future needs. Hopefully, this is so helpful to someone that you start taking steps towards actually having an effect on your world. I sincerely hope so. Now, what I'm doing with these sessions we've been having is I'm just trying to show that I can do things. You can just do things. You can just decide to do things. There are um many thoughts that could have stopped me from doing this that I'm doing. But I'm like, what exactly? When will I be ready to do this kind of thing? Why can't I just do this? The problem with some of us is we have very beautiful ideas, very beautiful ones, but we are not taking any step in the direction, and the world does not reward idea idealists in quote. It doesn't reward the thinkers. If the thinking does not translate into action, it is useless. Planning is beautiful and you should plan. But if you plan all your life, there are no results for planning. Even after planning, action must still be taken. Some of us have spent so much time thinking, ideating, planning, but we've not taken one step. And it is the person who moves that will reap the rewards. There's a person who moves that will reap the reward of those ideas. So move. You were born for such a time as this. Rise, chosen one. With that, I've come to the end of my gist once again. Um, the only announcement I have is that if you want me to speak at your event or you want us to work together, you can reach out to me on billionairebukumi@gmail.com, or you want to give feedback on this session we just had, you can send a mail to billionairebukumi@gmail.com. It's going to be on your screen in a minute. Send me a mail. Let me hear from you. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you thought about this session. I want to know how we can work together. Shoot me a mail. I'll be looking forward to reading from you. I think with that, I can call it a day. To the people I've seen on the call so far, Israel, thank you so much for joining. Enokela Peace, I'm sorry if I murdered the name. I see you from YouTube. Um, I also see you on Instagram. Awesome, amazing. Wow, quite a number of people. So there is Frank, Christian Unusual. There's Boluwatifeni Shola. There's Angel Atinoke. There is Mercy. There is Elijah. Oh, my brother. There is Charles. There is Excel. There is Peace. There is Joshua Babalola, the Unbounded Man. I see. Who else do I see? I see Anarira. I see Mr. Ladipuko Samuel. Bro Grammy, thank you so much. I see Faith. I see Samson Fatoki. I see my brother Osamu Diamejwell. I see Benefit. I see Eniola Okekumbi. I see Imisi. I see Babalola Daniel. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We should have another session tomorrow around the same time. I would announce it, but it's going to be around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. West African time. And I hope to see you there if it will eventually hold. Have a good day and see you later.